January the 15th in Atlanta, Georgia of 1929, Martin Luther King was born. On April the 1st, April the 1st, the 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated by James Earl Ray at age 39 in Memphis, Tennessee. Today we shall overcome. It was and is Martin Luther King Day all over the world.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. The Power.
LL, PJ, Thomas, Gregory, all kinds of people in the house. Yellow again, everybody. A kind of wild and woolly, uncapped. Randy Hales here. Woke up this morning and the wind chill. What it felt like outside was 5 degrees in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Man, winter time is arriving. Hey, it's January the 20th. We got snow here yesterday morning. Not much, but man, more than the snow, we got cold. How's everybody doing at Team Hills? How is the weather where you are? And PJ, don't tell me it's 90 degrees in Thailand, because I'm not wanting to hear it, because I am cold. I might need my hoodie on. I don't know, that doesn't look good on television, but it is cold as it can be. Netflix airing Monday Night Raw, and they got a big bad Smothers going on to open show number 3 of Netflix. Man, speaking of 3, I'm telling you, after we air this Power Hour today, which is episode number 151 from March the 24th, 2001, I can tell you right now, we just have 3 more to go on the Power Hour. And on Monday, February the 10th, 2025, 7 p.m., that's on February the 10th, we'll watch the final episode of Power Pro Wrestling from April the 14th, 2001. Today, we're going to watch show 151 from March the 24th, 2001. Thanks to Adam, who started us off great. I didn't do so good with my voiceover, but we got going. We're pumped up. We're ready to go. It's been cold today. I got to get warmed up, everybody. Hey, Richard Hood, what's going on? And Calvin Lindsay, glad. You are rocking and rolling tonight. Now, Tuttle, it's 34 degrees. 30-something degrees there, man. In Canada, it's 20. And in Thailand, it's cold for PJ. I don't feel sorry for you at all. She thinks it's cold, and it's 68 degrees in Thailand. Man. January 20th is what we're at right now. Episode 151, March 24th, 2001. We'll get the show better, and maybe this show will be better and more exciting than this open that I just butchered. Hey, Mama says it bees that day sometimes. Gail Brooks, 18 in Memphis, Tennessee, and here we go. It's 24 in Jonesboro. Here we go with episode 151.
Power Pro Wrestling.
Al Tuttle, let us know. Football game
Power
score.
Pro Wrestling.
And we have a crowd here today. Corey Macklin, welcome back. You were
Al
on last
Tuttle
week.
reporting.
Yeah, good to be
Notre
back.
Dame,
We
a
had one of
7-zip
the most memorable
lead
Power
over
Hours
Ohio
last week in the
State
history
in
of
the
the Power
first
Hour.
quarter in the
It
national
was very
championship
emotional,
game.
very real, and very touching. And then all of a sudden, here comes Brandon
We'll take you
Baxter and
up with what's going
Spellbinder,
on in the world.
and did something
A new
disgusting.
It's like a bad
president
dream. They
sworn
show up every
in
time, don't they? Brandon
today.
Baxter and the Spellbinder.
President Trump
I'm
once
interested in
again
seeing the
to
tape from that.
Trump
Hadn't had an
era
opportunity, but
two
it's all
begins.
I've heard all week long was a statement made
Thank
by
you,
the
Galen,
King
in the
right here on the
house.
Power Hour last week. So we'll have more of that later today. Right?
We absolutely will have that coming up. Also, we've had some great feedback. We had some historical footage from Memphis Wrestling. We'll have a little bit more of that today. Going back even into the early 70s. So get VCR ready to record and get ready for all of that. It's coming up.
That's
one of the all-time classics. You're going to want to see.
Looking forward to that. We've got great action in the ring today. A special main event featuring a surprise return of a former major Power Pro Wrestling superstar right here today on the Power Hour. Hook up, stay with us. We got a big day coming up
It's
today.
going to be a big one. We'll also hear from Jerry Lawler and
Oh,
Stacy.
boy.
Here comes Tracy Smothers out here.
Sellout Smothers has showed up.
Yep. Tracy Smothers.
That's another bad dream.
Not sure exactly. Tracy?
The second Power Pro show without WWE developmental talent.
I hate to let the cat out
So
of the
we
bag.
turn to Lawler and
Hey, shut
Stacy.
your
They
stinking
have a
mouth.
pre-tape interview now. Here comes Sellout Smothers. Tracy
out of the
Smothers
back,
in the
what?
house.
I am the returning superstar. I am Sellout Smothers. I'm hotter than popcorn. The ratings are about a 50 right now. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need any comments from the peanut.
All right, Tracy. Tracy, I hate to break this news to you. You're not the returning superstar we're talking about.
What do you mean?
You're,
You know who I am?
I know who you are. And yeah, you got a match.
Ray
You got a match today.
Smothers.
But you're not the returning
Oh,
superstar
I
we're
am.
talking
Well,
about.
who is it?
From the
I'm not going to
start.
tell you.
Do you know who I am?
I know who you
am
are.
hotter than popcorn.
The
He is
returning superstar is a surprise.
a surprise.
A surprise.
Well, he's in a lot of trouble. Hey, shut your mouth, punk. I'll knock you out.
Calvin,
Listen,
my
I
favorite
kind of
Power
miss
Pro
Power Pro a
wrestling
little bit,
superstar,
but
Jerry.
today on this program right here,
Well,
I'm
second
going to
is
knock
good
out
on you.
whoever is, because it's like this. T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, because a thug can't spell.
Yeah, we've heard
Richard,
that.
you're
Well,
right.
yeah, you got your work
Great
cut out for
talent.
you today.
We lost him
Thanks for joining
way
us.
too
You're not
soon.
the returning superstar.
I'm about 3 floors high, and I'm going to smash somebody.
Yeah, Eddie Adamson gonna. Hey, come on now, leave security alone. Get him out of here. We'll find out a little bit later on, won't we? Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Take him on out.
Charlie
Charlie
Laird,
Laird, who showed up.
formerly
He steps in the ring,
with
and
General
referee
Coco
William Gibson
Laird.
is there, and
Charlie's
Will
in
Wade
the
is
ring
opponent. Here's
against
someone,
the
Dave,
top
that all of a sudden has made an about face. Talking about the
Spellbinder. Charlie
Spellbinder.
will
He's
probably be
hooked up
in
with
trouble
Brandon Baxter.
here. What's going on? Dave's channel.
Here he
Good
is,
to
and we're going to
you
have him
here.
in action today, and it's our opening bout.
Spellbinder looks like a
Pro
badass. Here's the
Still
badass.
upset.
Looks like a
I'm
pro
still upset with
wrestling
Spellbinder over
champion.
what you did last week.
Anyway,
I couldn't
very
believe
good
it.
look.
Things you said, hooking up with Baxter,
And
for
there
heaven's
is
sake.
that heat
The
getting
man who was a hero in Power
Magnet
Pro Wrestling. The man who was
and
a long time
Brandon
Power Pro
Baxter.
champion.
Dave
And in
Channel
return,
says, eight
the way he
inches
did,
of
and to
snow
prove that all
and
he
fast
cares about is
door,
himself.
not people.
Hey, he's turned his back on all of these fans here in Power Pro and all of his friends to go with this Brandon Baxter, who's no good, I'm telling
We
you
will
that.
see
No
the
good
video
whatsoever.
of
Has
Hugo
no good
Stand
intentions.
Raw.
And the Spellbinder all of a sudden hooks up with him just because
I
they
will
both
talk
feel the
about
same way
losing the WWE
regarding the King and the
or
Cat
WWF
situation.
at the time developmental deal.
More on that today on the Power Hour as
Alan
well. Look at
Steele,
Charlie
Rob
there.
Harlem against
Now away
Austin
on the
Derek
Spellbinder.
King. Reggie B.
Charlie's been away for a few weeks, too, and it looks like he's been working out. Can he get the Spellbinder off his feet? That's tough to do. Baxter trips him up from behind.
Boy, I tell you.
Spellbinder
See,
in
that's what I'm
the
talking about when I was talking about
Once
no
again,
good. Brandon back.
It's just that easy, says Baxter. Sure, it's easy when you double team.
We'll tell you in a little bit what
When you
that
interfere from
surprise
outside,
is.
when the guy's not looking for you, yeah, it's easy. Also cheating.
Wow, Spellbinder just throws Charlie Laird back. Going for that sit-on splash. He gets it on Laird on top. That's going to do it. 1, 2, and a 3. And the Spellbinder with a win, an impressive win quickly over Charlie Laird.
Well, Charlie Laird gave it a shot, but he couldn't beat the two of them as Brandon Baxter and now Spellbinder goes after him again in the ring. Well, let's get them out of there. I promised you classic footage from Tupelo, Mississippi. You've heard about it. If you've seen it before, you probably want to see it again. Let's cut away from this. Let's show the footage of the Tupelo concession stand brawl.
Having no success. Lawler bleeding where he was nailed with that belt. Ferris.
I like that picture you sent me.
Latham, the referee, is down again. A wild melee going on in the middle of that ring.
Hey, Joseph.
As Lawler and Dundee with those belts.
Appreciate it very much.
Jerked away from Latham and Ferris.
Joseph, have you watched the show before?
And Dundee comes around from the side. I know it.
If you didn't already know it,
my time is running out right now. We're going to have to call it quits as our time is up on Championship Wrestling. It looks like that they are outside the ring. This is Lance Russell from the Tupelo Sports Arena. Hey, Mike, can you get the camera? They got a hell of a fight going on down there. See, can you get it down? Let me get the light stand off here. Bring it on. We'll go back and edit this. Yeah. It's caught under the damn door.
All right, what we're looking at here is in the back. Lance was trying to get the camera people back there and get lights on because the match had concluded out in the arena. And
this is in Tupelo, Mississippi.
And you can see they're in the concession stand, and be careful, stand back from your television set because the ketchup and the mustard and everything else is going to start flying here.
Pounded each other. Lawler.
What's going on, Joseph?
Ooh, fired a gallon jug.
Where are you watching
They're
from?
banging away.
One of the wildest, most inventive, craziest things
Dundee with Latham and Lawler with Ferris. Oh, there's mustard all over us. I hope it didn't get in the camera.
In 1979.
The referee trying to get him stopped.
Mississippi.
Dundee right on top of Latham, right below us. We are on the stairs leading down to the concession stand.
Power Pro Wrestling tonight, National Guard Armory in Henderson, Tennessee. It's at 8 o'clock tonight. Don't miss it.
All right, watching Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Gunther and Jey Uso doing an in-ring segment right now on Netflix. Hey, want to tell you that tomorrow night on Talking Memphis Wrestling, I think you will enjoy part 3 of our series of the year 1985. Now, here's the thing we're going to lead off with if Pat Trammell will be on the show. If he's in Vegas and he thinks he can do it from the hotel room, if he's not on the show, I'm holding it up because this is almost a 10-minute video that Pat wanted me to air and wants to talk about, important to him, so I don't want to show it if he's not on the show. But I have the Fuller Family Feud, and we'll discuss that. Again, we'll show that if Pat's on the show tomorrow, but man alive, we have a lot more going on. Tomorrow we have 12 parts of the best Lawler and Dundee feud of 1985, and that is great, great stuff. We also go to the November WCW Jim Crockett Promotions and the Jarrett Promotions combined show. November at the Mid-South Coliseum will show you 2 matches. One of them, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, Jerry the King Lawler and Magnum TA against Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard. Then we'll also see the 25-minute match between Ric Flair and Koko Ware. Some classic Dundee Lawler stuff, including the December of 1985 Lucha League Town match with Paula Lawler at ringside for that. Beverly Dundee Sarah at stake. It was craziness. And we have a great show at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow. And I hope you be with us and be ready to go with some better than average. As a matter of fact, some absolutely fantastic, sensational.
Corey, let's go back to last week. I know you know all about what has happened, but you didn't see it firsthand. Let's let all the fans take a look. First time back for Jerry Lawler and Stacy after their last day in the WWF, and they were telling us in their own words what was going on, full explanation of it, and all of a sudden Brandon Baxter and brought Spellbinder out and just made a bad situation even worse. Let's take a look. I can't tell you how disgusted I am to see you come walking out here in the middle of this, which everybody has wanted to hear about.
You know, Dave, I'm not out here to cause any problems, but I was sitting back there in the dressing room, Jerry, and watching the monitor, and I was listening to what you said. You know, I've heard it in the newspapers and on the internet and on the different newscasts across the country and maybe even around the world. But as I hear it every time, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, because your job with the World Wrestling Federation on Raw and on SmackDown was probably the ideal job in the entire world of wrestling. People would probably kill to do what you did.
Richard
and you gave
Tom
all that
showed
up
in
because
March
of her.
1985. This year,
you may not understand that, Brandon, and you don't understand the fact that something can come before money, that something can come before your job. I wouldn't expect you to understand that, Brandon, but these people understand.
Never had a dime.
We lost audio there, and I don't know when.
We had a problem with the video. Is it okay?
No.
A lot of these people would have
dumped her and kept their job. Everyone would have dumped her and kept their job.
Here comes a Spellbinder right here this way. I think maybe we'll see somebody else that may just agree as.
But hold on, T. Here's the thing. I gotta agree with him.
What?
I gotta agree with him. How stupid could you be? How can you give up a job like the commentator of the World Wrestling Federation? How can you give up a job like that, especially for a woman like that?
It's about family. He understands family now. I understand family too. Apparently you guys
Watch
don't.
this.
Family.
If you missed last week.
Family? Yeah. Screw his family. As a matter of fact, Dave, screw your family.
Whoa! Big wild brawl. They were showed last week.
Hey, come on, Spellbinder.
Spellbinder just over there.
Spellbinder, I don't know what's come over you, but I can't believe
Daniel,
that you could listen to what this man had to say and come back with that reaction. Baxter, I can believe.
And I can't believe that. Dave, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the guy went this far. Spellbinder. Got someone out here right now I want to call out. I want to talk to about all of this whole message going on, and that is Mr. Randy Hales. Randy?
You know, Corey, it's been a long time since I've been out here. I've kind of kept myself upstairs and out of the spotlight, so to speak. If I could have everybody's attention, there's been so many events going on, and it's been traumatic in the wrestling world over the last, it's like almost the bottom fell out. But if I could have everybody's attention, and I wanted to say something about last week's show. You know, of course, it was the return of Jerry Lawler and Stacy, their first public appearance since leaving the WWF, and they chose
Power Pro Wrestling and TV5 to make their first television appearance, and we appreciated it very much. Last week's show, I'm sorry you missed it, Corey. It was most memorable with the King and with Stacy, and I hate the disgusting act with Spellbinder and Brandon Baxter. That's uncalled for.
That was uncalled.
We had some great footage. We saw some earlier today, Corey. Last week's show was the highest rated Power Pro Wrestling show in 18 months, and I want to thank everybody here, and I want to thank everybody at home, because we've had great times, we've had tough times, and the fans of Memphis, Tennessee that supported this TV station and supported Power Pro Wrestling, we appreciate it very much. And it's a new era in Power Pro Wrestling. We're gearing up, we're fired up, and I want to tell you that the King is back, Stacy's back. We have great talent here. We have a huge surprise later on. And everywhere out on the street, the tradition of Memphis wrestling, we grew up. We grew up watching Memphis wrestling and watching Dave Brown, as a matter of fact, before he was a weatherman on Dialing for Dollars. We grew up. That's my heritage and these people's heritage. From now on, a special feature of every show, we're going to take a look back, and I'm excited about that. New day, new dollar, excitement's in the air, and it's going to be great in Power Pro Wrestling, and I'm excited about the video footage that we'll show each and every week, and we just have big plans, and it'll be great, no doubt about it.
We are looking forward to as well, Randy Hales. Oh, my goodness. I talked about earlier these guys being a bad dream. They're getting to be even worse than that. Brandon Baxter and the Spellbinder. You know what? Hey,
first of all, the name is Spell. Okay, and you want to know something?
First of all, you don't even have to be out here, for crying out loud. I didn't invite you out here.
It's up to you, Randy Hills. I'm about to puke my protein shake all over you. I thought Jerry Lawler was an idiot. But what you just said out here about this footage, I mean, I don't even know what to ask this idiot what he's thinking.
You said you want to show this old footage, you want to dust it off and bring it out here and bore these people to tears, is that right? One thing that you haven't said, Randy Hales, I got a couple questions that I think I should ask you. Right now, yes or no, Randy Hales, did you or did you not have a World Wrestling Federation developmental deal?
Don't go there.
Did you or did you not have a developmental deal?
What does that have to do with it?
You know I did. You know I did.
Was the World Wrestling Federation paying you big money and all you had to do was develop their talent? Is that true? All you had to do was develop, and they paid you big money, right?
Yeah, the WWF paid big money to this company. Hey, Dave, what he's saying affects all of us. Step over here.
All right.
He is asking questions. I don't know what you're asking.
Okay.
Hey, you're asking questions, got no business on this television show to begin with.
How about this, Randy Hales? When you come out here and you tell us that these people want to see this footage, do you really believe that the people want to see old crappy footage and Jerry Lawler and Stacy?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And so
telling me that you gave up that money for that developmental deal for Lawler and Stacy, you gave it up for them?
Hey, let me make this clear. You people hadn't heard what he's saying.
That you're giving all up for Lawler and Stacy, the money in the WWF.
Did I give up the WWF developmental deal? Did I give up the money?
That's what I asked you.
Hey.
You're right. You're exactly right.
What a goof. That's your problem.
This is not the right place for this, Brandon.
Let me tell you about that. The decision had to be made this way or this way. And we understand family, we understand friends, we understand history, and the decision was made by this man. We go with the friends, we go with the family.
That's right.
I regret that decision for 1 minute. You don't understand the
What about the money?
big deal. Money's great. Is money the most important thing in your life?
What
Absolutely
about the money
not.
you're throwing away, Randy Hales?
Not me. Big deal. I had a choice, and it was a hard choice. And let me tell you this. First of all, it was personal. I gave a guy my word, and so I followed up on it. Second of all, the people of this town want to see Jerry Lawler. And they want to see Stacy. And the direction of this town. I don't care. That's your problem. You don't understand this. And let me tell you this. This is not a knock on the WWF. I don't mean to do that. The developmental talent were great, and they will be stars, huge stars that make millions of dollars. But the truth of the matter is, Baxter, that they're not stars today, and Jerry Lawler is a star right now. He has been the last 20 years, and he'll be for the next 10 years, and that's a fact. The show the week before last week, I shouldn't even say this on television, and you know it. People don't care about numbers, but this TV station I do, 2 weeks ago, was the lowest rated TV show that we've ever done. Is that right? It was. Last week was the highest rated show, and I'll tell you numbers. They got a 2. Lawler's segment last week got a 7.
Because
that
we
tells
were in it.
me.
Because
that
we
tells
were there.
me. Because you were there. You were on the show the week
They don't want to
before.
see this footage.
Hey, enough arguing about the numbers.
I bet they don't want to see the footage.
You bet me? You bet me? Well, let me tell you this. Let's do this. I don't bet. It's illegal for the first thing, but I'll make a deal with you. Let the fans decide, Dave. Let the fans decide what they want to see. If you want to see the classics footage, let me ask you this. Can we punch up can we show the TV5 address? Will that get heat on me?
Oh, no, you're fine with that. With a mailing address? Yeah, we can do that.
The address.
There it is.
The TV station.
All right, all right.
This is what I'm saying. I'll let the viewers, and there's a lot of them out there, decide what they want to see. You people, if you want to see classic footage of the tradition of Memphis wrestling, if you want to see the King and Stacy here on this TV show, write us, tell the address.
There it is. It's Power Pro. Send it care of Power Pro Wrestling. WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. Or you can email it to the Power Pro web address, right?
Give it to me, Randy Hales at PowerProWrestling.com.
Or you can write and tell everybody how you want to see Brandon Baxter, how you want to see the Spellbinder, Tracy Smothers, and the rest of us, the real stars of this show.
I tell you how we want to see Brandon Baxter walking out of here.
And why don't we do this? Why don't we go out with classic footage right now? Roll the tape.
We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. Hey, come on, guys.
Come on, don't leave him alone. Let's go to that footage. Get them out of here. Where's Eddie?
Hey, look at here. Here comes the King. Jerry
This is from
Jeff Jarrett and the King.
Whoa,
he has some sticks and a broom. What a ring full of everything. Boy, in Kelly, Missouri, what a wow about the Moondogs. The King, Jerry Lawler, and Jeff Jarrett all in the ring. Moondog has that broom. Oh, he broke it on Jeff's back. Broke that broom on Jeff. Lawler's got that broom running after the Moondogs now. Whoa, he cut Moondog's spike with that broom.
It's the Power Hour, show number 151. The end is near, folks. 154 is what we did in the Power Pro deal, and we're at 151, 3 more to go, and we'll put up that date coming up in just a few weeks. I believe we had the thing saying it was February the 10th. It is February the 10th. We're watching the final episode of Power Pro Wrestling from April the 14th of 2001. Make sure, folks, make sure you check out and you watch that particular show, the end of a very exciting time. And I think in that show we'll talk about our favorite memories in Power Pro Wrestling. If Adam doesn't have access to a camera, I don't think, but he has access to typing me a note on the private chat. If you had to read my mind, and this goes to our audience too, if you had to read my mind, the number one moment in Power Pro Wrestling television history, the number one moment, what was it? What was the Power Pro Wrestling number one moment? Calvin Lindsay, watching next Monday night, watching in a few weeks on February the 10th, one of our great supporters here of Power Pro Wrestling. Not getting any feedback? Hey, that day is Richard Hood's birthday on February the 10th, as we will watch the April 14th, 2001 show number 154 of Power Pro Wrestling. We have Monday Night Raw on Netflix on the other side of the room. We have Al Toto keeping me certainly keeping me fired up and keeping me interested and informed on the national championship ball game today. It was tied up the last time. Al Tuttle says, the first Power Pro show, number one, that's on my list. The fourth and the forest on my list. I certainly, there's so many great things.
Up here, Corey.
Yeah, we
Great
did.
Power Hour underway. We still got a lot more to go. Referee William Gibson's climbing into the ring right now. And here comes all that Alan Steele.
Oh, he's got Rob Holland behind him. What's up with that?
They're in the match here. It's somewhat of an unlikely pairing.
Sure is.
I see him wandering over this way. All right, let's see if we get a comment. What are you guys doing bringing us? What are you guys doing bringing the format out here of the television show? What's going on?
Dave Brown, according to these notes right here,
Yeah.
Alan Steele's supposed to come out here right now.
Crazy
Make
Gale, I
this
hadn't
big sob
talked to
story and
Jeff
apology
in
to all
about
these
6
fans
months.
and to Derek King and Flex for what we did last
Busy
week.
man?
Well, I think you
What's
should
afraid
because
he
it was
doesn't?
pretty disgusting what you did, and especially with the interference. And
Yeah. But let me tell you something. Alan Steele's not here. Alan Steele's no more, in fact. From this moment on, you, and all these idiots out here refer to me as all that.
well, we've been referring to
Well,
you.
you know what, Dave? I stuck around and I've played the political games and I've done the jobs, and it's gotten me absolutely nowhere.
That's right. Nowhere, Dave Brown. You see, what I've learned on the street is the only way to get somewhere is to be violent.
And by the way,
No, you're absolutely wrong.
violent.
You are wrong.
violent. And in case you forgot, last week we left a couple of pretty boy goofs laying in the ring.
Derek King and Flex. Well, if they're here today and they come on out here, we'll show them just a little more example of why we're all that violent.
Well, there they go. Alan Steele, all that, and Rob Harlem. Apparently, they formed a tag team officially here. What do you say? All that violent? No, don't listen to that. That's not true. Alan Steele, you're making a big mistake.
Huge mistake. Here come their opponents. Here's Flex and Derek King. They hit the ring. Right on top of all that, he wants to be called.
They see it as
Rob Harlem.
They see it as payback time here. They were doubled up on and attacked by these guys last week, and now Flex and Derek King got a little bit of their payback. Derek climbing the ropes, dives down on him on the floor. Whoa!
Man, right on that floor, on the concrete floor, throws all that in the ring, and Flex is on top of it. Backs him up into the ropes. He goes. Big power slam from Flex. 2 count. And here's Reggie B. Fine.
Reggie was out here last week.
Oh,
He's
boy.
scouting talent. Now, you know, we saw Rob Harlem scouting talent a few weeks ago, and apparently he scouted Alan Steele and liked what he saw, or at least thought he could manipulate his mind a little bit. What are you doing out here,
I
Reggie?
never thought, Dave, we'd see Reggie B. Fine without his fur coat. He doesn't have it on today. What's up with that?
I'm out here doing
Joseph, you can look back in the archives. We started with show number 1, and we
Me
do
and
these
Dave Brown,
watch-alongs.
I need to take your place all the time.
That could be arranged if
To
you
YouTube, you
Brother
can
Brown,
go to
I'm out here doing some
Facebook.
scouting.
Again?
I got to have me some quality man, because I'm finna do what I used to do
They're out
years
there.
ago. I'm gonna get me 2 or 3 of these low budgets and take over around here. You watch what I tell you.
Joseph, where do you
Reggie
live?
last week said he's back. He's not back to wrestle. He said he's back to manage.
Now what now?
On a serious tip, man, I need to say something. My mom is in the hospital, man. I want to wish her a happy recovery. Her name is Annie Anderson. I love you. Please get better quick.
Yeah, all right, we'll echo
We'll
that.
echo those sentiments, Mr.
Get well,
Anderson.
absolutely.
Most certainly. There's a 2 count from all that. That's one good thing Reggie said today. Probably one of the best things he's ever said on his television program.
Yeah, I don't like him wandering around ringside, though. I got to tell you. I mean, I've known Reggie B. Fine for a long, long time.
Yeah, you never know what he's got up his sleeve.
You never know.
He doesn't have any sleeves on today, but he's probably got something in his pocket at least.
I think the moss
Or what he's
finally-
got in that fur
I
coat. Maybe
appreciate
Lenny,
everybody
pull on
giving me
Lenny on
your
it from
memory.
Good Times.
Oh,
Remember
that's
Lenny?
true.
Had
About it,
television
bro.
and everything in his big coat.
Hey,
Oh,
Randy
look
Banger,
at
how
this.
you doing,
Rob
buddy?
Harlem's got Derek King. Woo! Man, what a clothesline.
Did he pop him
Wow.
or what? Derek is out
I
in
love
the
the
middle of the
fact
ring.
that you brought
There's a
that
cover
question
by
up.
Rob
So many
Harlem.
people
Oh,
giving
Derek
your
kicks
favorite
out at the last
moment.
second.
Thank you so
Reggie, you
much,
got to be impressed
everybody.
with Derek King getting out of
Make
that
you
one.
feel good
I
about
don't like you
this
too little. I like the
Friday.
fat man up there, the fat one. Up there, you know, the real fat one.
Rob
Randy
Harlem,
Myers,
well,
Graveyard
he's the biggest
Chicken
man in the
Dolphin
ring
Ryan
right now. Where you're going
Long
for
down
size, all right. I tell you also, somebody that I like, Corey, after watching him a couple weeks, is Flex.
I do too.
Good match,
He looks
Derek
good.
King and
He's
Flex.
got around the ring.
All that.
Look at this,
and
Derek King
Thermo
getting
by
around.
the
How
horn.
about Derek King? He looks pretty good. There's a tag, and here comes the flexer. Flex, it's my first look at him, and I liked him when they hit the ring today.
Yep.
He came in hot along with Derek King, and he's giving all he can handle right now.
Whoa.
Slams him down. Two of them, and there's Rob to kick out of.
Flex had him beat if it hadn't been for Rob Harlem getting there at the last second. Rob Harlem broke that one up.
There's Flex on top of all that. Derek King across the way has got Rob Harlem. Oh, and he throws Derek right on the concrete floor.
Look out from
over
behind.
by Reggie B. Fine. Reggie's got some comments for Derek King. Meanwhile, Flex being double teamed in the ring in there, Dave. Oh, and all that misses. Flex still on his feet. He gets big Rob Harlem down. Super kick from Derek.
Referee sending Derek back outside. A big slam, and Flex has a cover.
Oh, look out,
Referee's
Flex.
trying to. Reggie B. Fine over there. What are you
doing, Reggie? Crying out loud. Come on, man.
Meanwhile, Rob Harlem has nailed Flex.
He dropped that big leg on him. That's a 3 count.
That's it. Right.
That's going to do it. The team of Rob Harlem and all that. Get the win.
That is absolutely disgusting. The match should be gone the other way. Classic footage. Oh, this is from 1973-74. No, it isn't? Okay. All right.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break and we'll come back and talk to the commissioner. I'm talking about the superstar, Bill Dundee, and he'll have more on Henderson coming up tonight, Henderson, Tennessee.
Very good.
Hey, this has been an interesting Power Hour number 151. I brought up what's your favorite memories in Power Pro, and certainly this is not in any particular order. I think our very first show in April of 98, the classic 4th of July show of 98, 4th in the Forest, absolutely fantastic. The situation where Jerry Lawler knocked my window out of my car, also on later shows stripped me down to my boxers. The Lawler Randy Hill's feud was interested. Also, Lawler and Sean Stasiak, where Sean Stasiak and Brian Christopher showed up at Jerry Lawler's house. The entire Brandon Randy Hill's feud, and it ended up with Michael Freebird Hayes coming in. That classic stuff from Michael. Plus, early on, as a lead up to the blast off in the Dome, Miss Texas, Jackie and Derek King. Derek asked Miss Texas to marry him, classic. In later times, the Brandon Baxter Lawler stuff. First developmental, best match ever on Power Pro, Kurt Angle and Rikishi. We saw early Daniel Bryan. We saw sensational Steve Bradley. Randy says he loved the Stasiak Lawler segment. There's just so much more. As we've been watching for the last, this is show number 151, the great memories of Power Pro Wrestling. And we have more great memories as we continue this show of show number 151. Randy Myers says Steve Bradley, Bulldog Reigns, and Vic Grimes in a hardcore match. I believe that's one of, is that Adam? Is that one of your favorites? I think it's one of Adam's favorite deals as well. Again, this show number 151 out of 154. This aired on March the 24th, 2001.
Back live right here on TV5, Power Pro Wrestling. And I want to talk to the commissioner right now. I'm talking about the superstar, Bill Dundee. And we want to talk about action tonight with Dundee up in Henderson. Hey, also, fans, stay tuned because still to come, we're going to hear word from the King, Jerry Lawler, and the Cat got special words here today. She'll be right here on our program with more still to come. And I'm telling you right now, when you talk about classic footage and classic memories, you can't help but think about this, man. Superstar Bill Dundee. How you feel, Willie?
I feel real good. And watching that Tupelo brawl about 25 years ago, how can Brandon Baxter, he wasn't even born when that was done, was it?
Yeah, no, I guess
and
not.
And we're still here. The King is still here, and Bill Dundee's still here. And everybody in the wrestling business has tried to duplicate that Tupelo fight. But
Can't do it.
You know the difference? That just happened. The show was over. We got all carried away. We got in the concession stand, and we just kept on fighting. All the rest of them put it all together and said, we'll just do what Lawler and Dundee did. Well, you can't do what Lawler and Dundee did, because they're the only two guys I know that has been 30 years in the same town doing the same thing that they have done every Saturday for almost 30 years. You tell me somebody else has done that. Nobody. Baxter, you ain't even lived that long. Now, getting back to classic wrestling, brother, we're going to do that tonight in Henderson, Tennessee at the National Guard Armory. And if you're all wondering who this good-looking kid is, this is the football coach of Chester County High School. He teaches the kids how to play football.
Oh, welcome to the Power Hour, Coach. Good to have you. We got action tonight in Henderson, right?
That's right. It's good to be here on Channel 5 today with the legends, Bill Dundee.
Well, thank you, brother, but tell him who taught you wrestling.
The superstar Bill Dundee taught me to wrestle. Anyone out there that wants to be a pro wrestler, you can call 901-423-1988.
Look out, here we go.
Oh, boy, here's somebody that's been around for a while, miles along.
Well, for once, you two blokes are in the right spot. Now you're going to get to see a real Australian in action. So what I suggest, you two blokes stay right here ringside, watch how I take care of business. And Kevin White, you better pay close attention,
I agree with you, and thank you so much.
because you've got me tonight in Henderson. And quite frankly, I don't think you're up to the task.
Hey, come on. You're pushing on them.
If you want to stay and watch this clown, that's up to you, but I got better things to do.
Yeah, did he say Australian or German? What did he say?
You know, Miles.
Thank you, Bill.
He climbs up on the ring apron right now, and we're just about set to go. William Gibson, the referee, says one of them's here. Where's his opponent? Let's get him in here. And
let's get him in and get it on. Who let the dogs out?
Oh, yeah. Bulldog.
Very good reaction.
The dog still got his leash on him. Somebody let him out, didn't they?
Still
coming up the word from the King, Jerry Lawler. And hey, we got a big surprise of one of the top Power Pro Wrestling superstars that stepped in the ring right here in the Power Hour. He's back today, and I'm telling you, fans, stay tuned. You're going to love to see his return.
He's in our main event today against Tracy Smothers. We've talked about the surprise return. Tracy came out trying to claim it was him.
Yeah, isn't that something?
He probably did think it was him.
He tries to claim that he sell out Smothers.
Right,
He sells out the Pyramid and the Mid-South Coliseum and Phillips Arena and Staples Center and all this stuff.
No, he sells out his opponents is what he does. Not his opponents. He sells out his friends is who he sells out.
Wow.
That's Tracy Smothers.
Look at that, Miles Long with a big forearm right across the back of the Bulldog. Boy, it's March Madness, and man, March Madness in the wrestling business.
It sure is. It's been a wild March in the wrestling business. Especially big announcement made yesterday in Power Pro with Lawler and Stacy back. We'll be hearing from them a little bit later on, just minutes from now. Do not go away. You will hear from Jerry the King Lawler and from Stacy right here on today's Power Hour.
The very first time that we'll hear comments from the cat, and we better know is Stacy. Coming up right here today on the Power Hour. Look at that, man.
All right.
Block from Bulldog Reigns. Wow.
Looks like Bulldog's been talking to the football coach there. Did you see that?
Nice move. Man. Henderson, Tennessee is coming up tonight, fans. Get ready. Power Pro Wrestling invades Henderson.
Uh-oh. Miles Long pulled down the ropes and allowed Bulldog just to roll out of the ring. Now he's going out there after it. They're going toe-to-toe on the floor.
Watch out, Coach.
Oh, Kevin White, the coach was down there ringside. And
now see if that's uncalled for.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Miles Lane. Yeah, that is ridiculous, isn't it? He's over there stomping on the coach over there.
Yep, now he rolls Bulldog back into the ring. Come on, Long, get in there and leave the coach alone. Oh, the coach comes up and grabs Miles Long, tips him up. Bulldog gets back down. Well, that That'll teach you to play around with the coach there. Miles Long loses to Bulldog Range because of what he did earlier in the match. There goes Bulldog. He's got the victory in this match here today. Don't forget, Lawler, Stacy coming up. Don't go away.
And a big main event. Hey, come on.
What is this? Hey, don't go away yet. Look.
Come on, man. Get out of there, Miles Long.
Come on, Long. The Bulldog has already left. He's not here to help.
Miles Long, maybe. Oh, he's got Kevin. Oh, here comes Dundee. Miles Long takes off.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Miles Long decides it's time to leave. Here's a referee. He sends him out. There's a threat for Miles Long. Dundee says, hey, either get out of here or step in the ring right now.
All right, hey everybody, show number 151 of the Power Hour. Hey Randy, appreciate you watching tonight and everybody watching the Power Hour this week. Be sure to join us next week for show number 152. And now, Al Tuttle says that Ohio State in the second quarter, 14-7 over Notre Dame. Now, on my picks, that even though that I would like a upset, I was, if I was putting my money, I would have put my money on Ohio State, but I am for Notre Dame. Hey, we talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk football, we talk baseball, we talk wrestling, we talk basketball, we talk all kinds of stuff right here on the Power Hour, and we're watching Sami Zayn now on the other TV on Netflix, Monday Night Raw. Hey, don't forget tomorrow night, and I think I have a caption for it, tomorrow night, make sure you're watching us for 2025 season. It is episode number 3. We're
Jerry Lawler, he is not in the studio. He's at home. We want to hear from him right here. You'll understand. Listen to the King.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm not really comfortable with the fact that I am sitting here in our home out on Walnut Grove Road while everyone else is there in the studios of TV5, but this is at Stacy's request that I not be in the studio today. I think that everybody that watched the show last week realized that I did most of the talking during that segment. Well, actually, I did all of the talking while we were out there, and after the program, Stacy told me that she really had something that she felt she wanted to say to everybody, but didn't really feel comfortable saying it with me standing there next to her. And I can respect their wishes on that, because this has been a really tough month for Stacy, and so that's how this has come about today. I'm going to be here at home watching this on television just like everybody else, and I'm as anxious to hear what Stacy is going to say as you people are. So Dave and Corey, I'm going to ask that you guys kind of watch out for her there today without me there, and Brandon Baxter and Spellbinder. I want to tell you guys that you have a 1-week reprieve because the King is at home today and I'm not there in your hair. So, well, of course, Baxter, you have no hair, but Spellbinder, I want you to know that I will be back in the studio next week and you will have to deal with the King. But until then, we got to listen to Stacy.
Okay, thanks, King. So not here at Stacy's request. We do want to let Stacy say what Stacy wants to say, and we are going to do that right now before the Power Hour continues. So let's let Stacy, the cat, come out here and tell us what whatever it is that she felt she couldn't say with Jerry here last week. And here she comes right here. And still looks a little bit distraught to me, but Stacy, I know we heard what Jerry said. He's out at the house and he's not comfortable with that, but he's respecting your wishes here.
Yeah, really, first I want to apologize for coming out here in sunglasses, but my eyes are a little swollen and puffy and pretty much been crying all morning. And
well, after what those guys said last week and did last week, I can understand.
Well, it's not just about last week. You know, this whole thing happened about a month ago, and I'm not really so upset. I'm not crying because I lost my job. Don't get me wrong. I really loved that job, but I feel that it's my fault that Jerry lost his job.
Well, I know, I understand how you feel that way, but I can tell you after talking to Jerry, that's not Jerry's concern. That's not Jerry's focus. He doesn't feel that way.
Well, no, and Jerry would never say that, especially if he were here. But I feel that way. I feel like that if it weren't for me, Jerry would still have his job at the WWF. Everybody loved watching Jerry do the commentating on WWF. And I feel that it really is my fault that he's not there. And that's why I asked him to stay home today, because I want to say that if it would make the situation right, and if it would get things back to the way they were, I'd be willing to step aside, and I really want Jerry to go back and ask for his job back.
Well, I know Jerry's watching, and I know he's listening, but if he were standing right here, I think he would say, that's
what
not
an
the way
interview.
this is going. Now, all right, guys, you've already been out here last week and made a mess of things. This is not your interview time, and I can't believe you come out here and interrupt.
As a matter of fact, where is your punk husband on the unemployment line? Where is the good?
Dave is great with this OD.
You know what, Dave Brown?
Great.
It seems for the first time in the 5 years that I've known Stacy that she has actually said something that makes sense. She has finally smartened up, because you do not belong in this business in the first place. You don't belong in the business in the first place, and you should take a hike, because you cost Jerry Lawler his job. It's all your fault. He threw it away because of you. How long has he worked? Now you listen to me. How long has he worked for that job? And he threw it away for you? Let's say, Stacy, that the roles were reversed. Let's say that Jerry was fired. Would you have quit? Would you have walked away? Of course you would not. Don't lie on live television. You want to be a superstar. You want to be on TV Guide. You want to be a big shot. You wouldn't walk away for Jerry. You're money hungry. You don't belong in the business in the first place. So go ahead and take a hike and get out of here. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. You understand?
Come on, Brandon, keep your hands off of her. Hey.
Get off me.
Hey, get out of her way. Come on, Eddie, help her out of here.
Get him in the way.
Hey, Brandon, hey,
this is because of you.
Come on, leave him alone. I got Tracy Smothers jumping out here. Let's get some help out here for Eddie.
Let's ring the bell, get somebody out of here.
Tracy,
this is ridiculous.
Here.
These guys have lost
that
it.
segment. Come on, let's go.
Now, I'm telling you, that's enough of this foolishness from these guys.
Baxter yelling at Stacy, this is all her fault, too.
How low can you go, Brandon Baxter? For crying out loud. Who is this? I don't even know. Well, thank him for coming out to try to help us out, but Stacy's just totally and distraught, man.
I mean, she feels bad enough, for heaven's sake.
Exactly.
Whether it's right or wrong, and Jerry doesn't feel that way, but she feels terrible. And then to have Baxter and Spellbinder berate her
Come out here
again for the second week in a row on television.
That's just awful. That's just as low as you can go.
You are absolutely
These guys
right.
are just, man, I'm telling you. Now look at this. Now they're jumping on Eddie Anderson.
And there's
I'm telling you.
Four
I'm
of them
highly
in there,
upset
nailing
right
Eddie.
now about this whole thing with Brandon Baxter.
Here comes Bulldog.
And the stuff they're pulling out here. This is awful.
Tracy Smothers, loose cannon.
Uh-oh, here comes some help. There's Ali.
He's back in Power Pro Wrestling.
He's looking at Brandon Baxter. Baxter backing up.
Whoa.
And Stacy right there with him.
Baxter Baxter and Spellbinder all of a sudden couldn't get out of there quick enough. There he is, standing tall. Ali is back, and you're going to see him again after the break. He's our returning surprise to Power Pro Wrestling, and he'll be going in the main event moments from now.
Wow.
All right, Power Pro, one of the things that was said earlier, and it's a true statement. The show, not last week's show we aired, but the one before that was the last show, and it was Jonathan Coachman teaming with Corey Macklin on that show. It was the last show with the WWF talent. It got a 2 rating, and then with the WWF talent gone away, it ended up, and Lawler and Stacy returning did the biggest rating in 18 months. Now, I explained it for you earlier. I told you last week that we went into this, all of a sudden the crew we had and the working agreements we had and everything we had immediately went away, immediately gone away, and we had to just start. I hate to say start from scratch, because when you're starting with Jerry Lawler or bringing back Jerry Lawler, you're certainly not starting with starting from scratch. I thought that show last week is great, and this week with Lawler not there, I think just super. It wouldn't have worked if Lawler would have been there and Stacy wouldn't have had that emotional interview. Now, Stacy, we saw her from the get-go. We saw her from her first interview. We saw her when she was sidekick, when she was a co-host. We saw her there, and to see her in the next several years to evolve to what she became is absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely tremendous. She did a great job. To me, that's been the highlight, and I think it has to go in. If you look at the greatest promos in Power Pro history, that has to be up there. That is so good.
Well, Tracy Smothers is standing in the ring right now. He says, I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take him out. Well, we'll see.
There he is, Smothers, and here is his opponent on the Power Hour today. It's the return of Ali. Man, what a surprise. Ali shows up back in Power Pro Wrestling, back in Memphis, Tennessee, and Tracy Smothers has got his hands full right here today on TV5.
Ali, the former Power Pro champion. He left for a while.
Oh, that sellout. Little old juking over there. That juking gets him in trouble because Ali's right on top of him. He whips sellout Smothers into the rope. Ooh, right on top of him is Ali.
Oh, my goodness. Ali picked him up. Smothers trying to roll out of it, and he ended up just hitting the mat very, very hard.
Very good comment.
And now Smothers drops Ali. Uh-oh, look out. They're down here on the floor. Ali blocking. Now it's Tracy that goes slamming into the steps over by ringside.
Yeah, and Ali right on top of him.
He rolls him back into the ring. Look out, Ali, from behind. Smothers nails him with a boot. Ali celebrating a little bit prematurely with the crowd.
Yeah, well, I'd like to check on Stacy, Dave.
Yeah, we're going to
she's okay about
immediately as soon as this show goes off the air. That's what we're checking on. I can't believe that Baxter and Spellbinder, especially Baxter.
That's one of the most disgusting out of all of the years now, which is about 11 years that I've been a part of
the deal with
wrestling.
Channel 5 was
That's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I mean, a man comes out here and he and his wife have got personal things going on, and these guys, they don't have anything else better to do than to show up and pull that kind of stuff. That is absolutely low.
She's out here trying to do the right thing. That's all there is to
it's
it.
awful.
She's already saying how bad she feels about it, and then for Baxter to come out here and just yell at her, and there's just absolutely no excuse.
Great announcing. Corey
so
Macklin, Dave Brown.
Well,
man,
and you know what Baxter and Spellbinder must have forgotten. Lawler's watching.
That's right.
and he says he gave him a 1-week reprieve.
And I tell you, we only have 2 minutes left in this show, but I'm going to tell you this, Jerry Lawler doesn't live very far from this studio, and he may just show up, if not at the end of this show, before we leave this parking lot here.
And if he doesn't, you know he's going to be here next week. And
Guaranteed.
You know he's going to be looking for. He's going to be looking for Baxter. He's going to be looking for Spellbinder.
Look at Ali go on Smothers. There's a 2-count. Yeah, he's going to be looking for him, and when the king gets hot, I don't want to be in those
Good
guys.
television main event. The return of Ali.
Smothers just nailed him with something.
Yeah, he had some kind of object in his hand.
The return
Here's a
of
cover.
Tracy
Maybe he had
Smothers.
1, 2. No, shoulder
This is
up.
heel
Smothers thought he
101.
had it. But he
What
does
a
not.
good match.
And now
You
he's
know,
talking
good
to the referee
television.
about a slow count.
And he shoves the referee down.
What's this? Ali slips around behind. Ali into the referee. Shoved in by Tracy Smothers, and now Smothers all of a sudden nails him again with
what has he got, brass knucks or something? Here comes the Spellbinder out, and boy, am I hot with him.
He slides a chair into
I'm
Tracy
totally
Smothers.
disgusted with Dale and his attitude.
Uh-oh, Ali with a boot to the midsection. Tracy Smothers down to the mat.
Ali's got him. Whoa.
Oh, Tracy's head hits the chair. He's rolling around, and Ali shoves the chair out of the ring, covers Smothers. 1, 2, 3.
He got him! DDT from Ali on Smothers, and that's going to do it. Referee William Gibson counts to 3, and back on his return, a successful return to the big guy, Ali.
Oh, man, there's a man. Look out. You watch. He's going to be in the hunt for the Power Pro title not too long from now. As Ali celebrates with the crowd. He's glad to be back. We hope to see him here again next week, and we're almost certain we're going to see Lawler looking for Brandon Baxter.
It's going to be
the house
interesting.
may not hold it.
And I can't wait to see them get a hold of him, Dave.
We'll see you next week. For Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. See you next
Show 151 of the Power Hour. What did you think? I thought it was fantastic. We will see show number 152 next week. Ali has the interview. We have Alan All That and Rob Harlem against Flex and Derek King. You'll see Dundee, Derek King, Kevin White, Miles Long, Ashley Hudson, and the return of Jerry Lawler in the studio, plus a great 14-man battle royal. Tomorrow night, Talking Memphis Wrestling. Be sure to check that out. The year 1985. Before we go off the air, give me the football score, Al Tuttle. Give me the football score. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, make sure you check us out, because Lawler-Dundee feud in 1985. We will cover that. We hope to have something special to show as long as Pat Trammell on the show. The Robert Fuller and the Fuller family history. We will check with that. Ohio State 14-7 so far with the lead in that game. This has been fun. See you tomorrow night. Thanks to Adam Dunn for producing. It's Martin Luther King Day. And our country has a new president for the second time. Hey, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you when we see you tomorrow night on Talking Memphis Wrestling. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.